Yeah, that happens.
The
That's probably what it was.
Yeah, so I called 4 people all at once.
You called 4 people all at once. I don't know if you woke any of them up, but it wasn't me. You didn't wake me up.
Yeah, so that's good.
Oh,
So I hung up right away as soon as I saw it bleeping. I said, "Oh no, I'm sorry. I am so exhausted." My
that one, you have to take your
to, to
son-in-law or son or whatever it is
to work,
to
and
work.
then I had to take Joanne to an appointment this morning for a doctor,
Well,
and then I wanted to get my hair cut, so I thought I've got a little time to shoot. I'll go and get my hair cut, then I'll come home and take a short nap, and then go get Michael, and then take Joanne to her second appointment, and then go eat supper, and then I'll come home. But what happened, as the best laid plans of mice and men,
yeah.
um, got to the barber, and the barber was singing the blues,
Oh,
and he was really down. So I stayed for like an hour and a half after I got my hair cut and cheered him up. So
well, that was nice of you.
labor of love. So,
Yep.
but then I had to go get Michael, and I got Michael and brought him home. Got Joanne, took her to the appointment. Um, Appointment lasted an hour, which is usually a lot longer than it usually does. And then we went and ate, and while I was eating, my deposit came in.
Oh,
So I took Joanne home, got my cards, went to the bank, did my banking, went to another bank, made a deposit, came home, and now I'm home, and I'm
and now
exhausted.
you're home. Well, we're glad you're here anyway. I understand that. Barbie and I got up this morning. We went out and got in the car, headed to the post office, and when she went to crank the car up, it didn't crank up. It, uh,
Hmm.
it said the battery was dead.
Hmm.
So we
Leave
went.
the lights on.
No, we don't know what happened. Actually, I think we, one of the battery cables was loose because my son-in-law tightened that up this afternoon, and it seems to be working okay right now. We'll find out again in the morning. If it's dead in the morning, we'll know something. Uh,
Right.
but this evening, it seems to be starting okay. So, but we went and got in my truck, which gets driven very rarely, and we did our running around in the truck today. So,
Hmm.
which probably was a good thing. The truck needs to be driven every now and then, so it doesn't get driven very much anymore.
Well, I must have put 100 miles on my car today, just by today alone, just by running back and forth to places. And so,
Yeah, I used to put 100 miles a day on my truck easy.
ugh,
Now I don't put 100 miles in a month or two.
everything's close.
Well, no, in fact it is. Since I retired, I don't do any driving. Barbie does all the driving. So
Oh, I thought you meant total for both of you.
no, no. She does all the driving everywhere we go.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Except today, and I did the driving because I was in my truck. So,
Hmm.
but it, like I said, it needed driving. I used to use it to drive back and forth to work. My work was about 25, 30 miles from the house, and both ways. And then any running around I did, it add up to 100 miles a day. But since I have retired and My great trip every day is to the post office and back, and Barbie drives that. So
Hmm.
occasionally we go to the bank, whatever else, but it's always not very far. Oh, man.
See, I got you doing it now.
Yeah, now you got me doing it. Oh, I didn't sleep very well last night. I had some aches and pains that kept me awake, so
Hmm.
I may have to go to bed early
Sorry to
tonight.
hear that. Well, I don't know if you saw that I'm doing Goldad Matrix now, which is in conjunction with carrot bars. But I cycled my board today, so I got
Good.
$100. So that was nice.
That was nice.
So, I like making money.
I've seen ad for that. I didn't know if it was a competition for your carrot bars or what it was. I really didn't look at it very much.
Well,
Just
we're using it in conjunction with carrot bars. Our team is using it.
yeah,
What we're doing is when we cycle the first board, we pay it forward for people,
yeah.
or as we're able, we pay it forward, and it's $50 to go to Platinum 1. And then on the second cycle, on Platinum 2, you get a check for $450, and we're using that money to put people up to silver in carrot bars,
Hmm.
which is where we make the money. So all the money we're getting from Goldad Matrix is going back into Goldad Matrix to cycle boards
Yeah.
and get momentum going. So, so far, I've made 100, but I've spent 150. So, or rather, my upline spent 150 on me. So, and the only condition we have about the paying it forward is if somebody pays it forward for you when you're able, you pay it forward for somebody else.
Well, that sounds fair.
So,
Good evening. This is Mike in Georgia. You've reached our winning team training call. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Good evening, Mike. The stranger from northern Indiana,
He
Don
is,
Zabelon.
our long lost stranger, Don. Good evening. We're mighty glad to hear you in here tonight.
hi Don.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Tired. It's been a long day. I've been up since 4:30.
Oh, my, I guess.
So I'm not sure how long I'll last tonight. I had to drop off early on Tuesday. I was so tired, had a bad headache, and I just
Oh, I thought you
dropped
said
off
you
and went to
were a
bed.
bad headache. Did I get
Well,
it?
I
I got it
am.
wrong, didn't I?
Yeah.
Nah,
You
that's
did
all right.
get a job.
Something like that. I had to take my son to work this morning because I needed the car.
Oh,
So
Reverend Dave's become a taxi service there. He running his people around, starting at 4:30 in the morning.
Well, people are doing whatever they can today to make a buck.
yep,
That's
yep.
true. That is true.
I think my
Is there another
priority
one
number
on?
one.
Uh-oh.
I think my number one priority tomorrow is to grease this chair so it quits squeaking at us.
Nah, that's how I know who you are when you call.
I always identify myself.
Yeah, you squeaked the chair. Oh.
Oh
Mine
my.
squeaks like that, but that's what keeps me awake.
Oh,
Amen.
well, my wife bought me a new one, and it don't squeak yet. it's a nice, comfortable chair. Problem is staying awake in it. So how's it going with you now, Don?
Oh, I can't complain. Been spending a lot of time trying to keep up with all the crises in the U.S. and the world.
Well,
That's quite depressing.
I certainly hope that you're successful there, and you can solve all those problems and crises. It kind of worries
Working
me a
on.
little bit, but I'm glad people like you're on top of it there.
Well, I'm sure devoting a lot of think time to them.
Well,
We got plenty of them.
Yep, that's true. There seems to be. I have pretty much decided that there are going to be crises and problems going on in the world, and I can't solve them all, so I'll probably just sit back and let them go. I try not to worry about them. I figured the world's been turning around this long, it'll probably keep right on turning, at least for a while yet. But then I don't know. Today may be the last day.
Yeah, we never know that. At least they tell us it may be the last one. They sure try to scare you into believing it is.
Yep, you're right. They do. Well, I'll just keep on doing the best I can, and
That's all we can do.
that's all we can do.
Did I hear him say there was 3 on the call already, or was it just you and Reverend Dave?
Well, it's me and Reverend Dave and you is all that I know about so far.
Oh, so I beat Mr. David Mincy in, huh?
I believe you beat David Mincy. I haven't heard him here yet. And Sandy's actually been getting in here pretty early lately. So, and that's an unusual change, but it's a welcome change.
I seen she had a message posted on the Skype board about what number to call. I just took a chance and called the old one.
Well, we're still with the old one for the time being. With the old number and the old screen share, because what I was attempting to do was I use freeconferencecall.com. I'm sure everybody knows that and have for years. But freeconferencecall.com has a new program out there, also free. But it has the audio and the video tied together on one URL. And I was trying to use that so that people all over the world could call in without having long distance phone calls. They could just use the URL and call in on. But for some reason or other, when we tried it, it's been a week or so ago now, that when we tried it, it didn't work out real well. So until I can figure out what I'm doing wrong and get it to work right, we're staying with this number here. But it seems to serve its purpose and work for us fairly well. Good evening. This is Mike in Georgia, and you've got the Winning Team Training Call. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, Mike. It's Marnie. How are you?
Good evening, Marnie. We're mighty glad to hear you in here this evening. We're doing good. How are you doing?
It's my favorite Canadian.
Your favorite Canuck.
Yeah, I know, Reverend Dave. How are you?
Oh, I'm tired. I'm punchy.
Yeah, is your aches and pains getting better?
Not really. It still hurts. But I was up at. I'm telling everybody. I got up at 4:30 this morning to take my son to work. I've been up ever since. So I'm a little bit punchy tonight. A little bit tired. Just trying to enjoy the call tonight. see what happens.
Okay. Before I forget, do you have a holiday this weekend, or is it just us?
Now it's Labor Day. It's a holiday dedicated to pregnant women.
Not really. It is Labor
Sorry.
Day, and it is on September 1st, the first Monday in September, which
Okay.
will be the first.
Well, I was just trying. I thought so, but I wasn't totally sure. Okay.
What Labor Day do y'all have up in Labor Day? What holiday do y'all have this week?
Well, it's the same.
Same thing. Okay.
Yeah. The
All
weekend
right.
before the kids go back to school.
You have pregnant women in Canada too?
No.
I'm glad to hear they going back to school after Labor Day because that when I was a kid we always went to school after Labor Day, but it seems like nowadays they've already been back to school here for 2 or 3 weeks. Good evening. This is Mike in
Where?
Georgia. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
David Mincy from Melbourne, Florida.
He did make it in here. We was
Yeah, I was having trouble getting in here.
Well, I'm sorry. What kind of trouble were you
My
having?
my phone was acting up. I had to turn it off and turn it back on to
Yeah,
get in there.
I
It
have,
wouldn't.
I have to do that every now and then. Mine requires rebooting. And actually, I have a Samsung, and I talked to the Samsung representative. I happened to actually catch her in one of the stores one day, and I came in, and that was not too long after I'd purchased the phone I have, and they asked me how much, how I was enjoying my new phone, and I told them I was about ready to throw it in the trash. And I wasn't aware, but at the time, the local the sales rep for Samsung phones was standing there beside me. So she spent about an hour and a half going over the phone, the insides and outsides of it, and telling me all about it so that I could be a little bit more happy with it and not throw it in the trash and anything. But one thing she taught me, which I wasn't aware that it's something you should do, but she taught me that it was something that I should be doing on a regular basis, at least probably once a day, is to take the back off and pull the battery out with the phone still turned on. Of course, when the battery comes out, the phone's not going to be turned on anymore, but she said leave the phone on and take the battery out and put it back in. She said that resets everything instead of trying just reboot it. She said just rebooting it, turning it off and back on doesn't really accomplish what I was trying to do. And so she told me that, and I've been doing that, and I don't have a lot of trouble with that, with having to reboot it or anything like that anymore, because that's just something I got in the habit of doing. But it was something that I actually did learn. Somebody could teach me something, It happens every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah, I go to school every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday at Best Buy with the Samsung reps.
Well, this one was real pleasant and very informative and patient with me. So it's worked out pretty good, and the phone works pretty good now. I still don't know how to use it all. It's smarter than I am. It's one of them smartphones, and it really means smart because it's smarter than I am. But I do have Skype on it, so that when people call me on Skype and I'm out and about instead of at home, I don't miss calls, at least not very often. Good evening. This is Mike in Georgia. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, Mike. It's Sandy. Hi,
I,
everybody.
I knew it was Sandy.
Hi.
Welcome to you, Sandy. We're glad to have you in here. I could
Glad
just
to
tell
be
it was
here.
you.
Tell by the ring.
Yeah, tell by the ring. I tell Rev Dave by his squeaky chair. things like that. I've learned to tell everybody just from the little sounds I hear when you dial in.
Okay, great.
Oh, so how do you know it's me?
Well, you usually have a few distinctive background noises, and you didn't have too many background noises tonight, though. So you got me by surprise just a
I
little bit, but that's okay. We're still glad you're here.
it, it used to be the cat, but I had to put him down about a month ago.
Oh, me. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Remember he used to meow all the time when I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
on?
I do remember. I do
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
that's such a heartbreaker.
Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
it is. He was getting old. He was 18.
Well, that's pretty old for a cat. That's
Yeah,
pretty old.
yeah. So I'm supposed to be getting another one on the weekend.
Alrighty.
A res a rescue cat.
A rusky, huh?
Yeah, like this lady I know. She
Is it a?
takes in cats and tries to find homes for them.
Oh, a rescue cat. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying rusky. I was thinking say we have a Russian blue cat. They're actually gray, solid gray, but it's a that's the type of cat it is, a Russian blue. And I was thinking maybe you was referring to that, but you said a rescue cat. The one we got's kind of
Yeah.
rescue too. It was a little bitty teeny kitty. I mean, it wasn't much bigger than a teeny mouse. And my wife and daughter and granddaughter and was sitting at McDonald's one day in the parking lot, and they saw this little kitty running around in the parking lot, and
Aw.
it was obviously something somebody had thrown out or lost or whatever, and my granddaughter, she went out and corralled it up and caught it and captured it, and I guess but it's since grown, and it's a monster sized cat now, a big fat thing. About useless. I keep telling him he's a good kitty, but he's really about useless. But anyway, he keeps his place. He he's become part of the family.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's the way it should be, eh?
Yeah, I don't I don't have any idea how old he is now, but my my granddaughter was rather young at the time, and she's 13 years old now, so I guess he's getting along in age anyway.
Hmm. David, did you get my message when you sent me that info for Facebook, and I said I didn't understand it?
Yeah, I got your message. And
I'm sorry. I tried and tried. I just couldn't figure it
Well,
out.
yeah, no. The problem is getting to the account bar where they say at the top where you. I've not been able to do it. I just typed out I printed it out and typed it, and but I haven't been able to get to the account button on the top bar somehow.
Oh, so you haven't
I
done it
haven't.
yourself? Oh, okay.
Right, I haven't been able to get to the account button.
Well, where's the account button supposed to be?
They said on the top bar that's step one on that
Yeah, I know, but what do they mean by top bar? Where our name is and where it says home?
I guess.
Because I clicked all those and I couldn't see anything that said account.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand it myself. I just sent it to you to see if you could do it. And I've been trying to do it, and I ain't been able to do it yet.
Yeah, because as I'm talking to you, I'm clicking the down arrow, and there's nothing that says that on it. And then the little square beside it, I'm clicking on that, and it says privacy shortcuts.
Yeah.
But Oh,
I
wait a
don't know
minute.
what they mean by that step one. Let's see, where is that paper?
I had it, okay, it said here, go to Facebook website and sign into your personal account associated with the business page. Click the account menu on
Oh,
the top bar and select use Facebook as page.
right. That's
And
what I couldn't get done.
I can't even get into it. I don't know what they're talking about. Because there really isn't that much on the top of the Facebook bar to get into.
Uh-huh.
And
That
I
might
even
be
looked at the side here at the left, where you know your name is, and then it says edit profile, news feed, and I went down all those categories. And
yeah, it might be when that was put out. It might be an old instructions, and
True.
Facebook probably changed and revamped since then. I don't know how old that thing is, so I thought I'd send it to you and see if you could get it done.
Well, what I'm saying is, I thought too maybe it's on the side, but if you read all the side menu at the left-hand side, there's nothing that says that.
Right. I don't understand it either. It says click the account menu on the top bar.
Okay.
But it says business page.
I'm sorry?
It says in step one that go to your personal account associated with the business page. I guess you got to pull up the business page and then try to click account off the business page.
Well, I even went into one of the businesses, and it's the same, and I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I don't know how old this thing is. Let's see if there's a date on here.
Yeah, because like I said, I did go. I just clicked one now, and it's still the same at the top bar as ours. And like I said, I'm looking on the side there, and I don't see anything what they're asking us to do. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's old and they don't even have it exist anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I was thinking. I just printed it out and sent it to you.
Well, I appreciate it, and I want you to know that I did try it, and I took it the wrong way. I thought you had already knew how to do it.
No,
okay.
I haven't been able to do it either.
Okay.
I just sent it to you because I got the information. I haven't been able to do it. I haven't been able to find. I've got the same problem you do, Marnie. I can't find the account button.
No. Okay. And I'm pushing some buttons now on Facebook, but I don't see anything. I don't know. But anyway, just one letting you know I did try, and thank you.
Okay.
I'm not an expert on Facebook by any means, but I think and right now I'm not sure how I got here, but I think this area that I'm in can be useful in accomplishing the things that you want to do. It's the security and privacy and timeline and tagging, blocking and notifications and things like that. All kind of you have all kind of choices you can make, and
Yeah, but you don't know how you got in there.
well, I tell you how I got in here. I'm pretty sure I can figure it out again. Uh, I went. You got the up at the top bar y'all was talking about before, where you got your name and home and things like that. There's a globe there, which is notifications, and to the right of that globe, and on my mine you can hardly see it because uh,
Yeah,
to the right of that,
like a little score.
it's like a little padlock and
Yeah.
privacy shortcuts, and down at the it opens up a menu that says privacy shortcuts, and then and down at the bottom you got see more settings. You click on that, and it opens up a lot of things.
Oh,
You
I
got a
finished.
menu over on the left hand side that gives you a lot of things that you can do. Uh,
Okay, I went in. I went into that the night I tried what David sent to me. I
while y'all were talking, I've just been scrolling through and looking at a lot of this stuff, and there's a lot of things you can do in there that might accomplish what you're trying to do. I'm not
might, but it doesn't really look like it.
okay. And just to the right of that little padlock is a little arrow point. It's pointing
Yeah.
down. If you click on that, it opens up. Well, what's on my screen now? If you're looking at screen sharing by chance, but you can do a lot of things there. Manage pages might be.
I went into it too, and I still couldn't find what we were looking for. I went into both of these. I didn't go into all of the stuff on the left hand side, like it says general security, privacy, time and tagging,
Yeah, I just scroll down.
blocking.
I just scroll down through all of those, and there's a lot of stuff in there that's interesting. Look like might be useful, but I didn't actually try any of them just now. I just scrolled down through looking at them.
Well, I thank you. I don't know. Doesn't look like it.
Like I said, I think I could wind up spending a lot of time just looking through all this stuff, but it's
Well, I'm skimming through it right now, and I don't really see anything. Wait a minute. Who can add things to my timeline? Who can who can see things
stunts.
on my timeline?
Yeah.
How can I manage tags people add and tagging suggestions? Who can post on your timeline? Okay. It's not our timeline, it's our news feed, isn't it, that's causing the trouble?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a timeline.
It fans out to everybody you're friends with. It goes on their news feed, and then it jumps to the next person's news feed, and it jumps. It keeps jumping.
Well, we need the news feed, not the timeline. Timeline and tagging setting. What about blocking?
Well, if you click on your home button and it opens up the menu over on the left side, you got news feed as one of the right up at the top. There's a little arrow point there you can open up. I don't think that helps you much at all though. So.
Well, there's a wheel over there beside the news feed. A little wheel. Click on that wheel and see what it does.
Okay, I just edit settings. Let me click on edit settings and see what that happens. What happens there? Hide post from. Well, you can hide posts from particular people. Hide posts from apps. Well, I've already X'd out all of those, so I don't play games on.
I just learned something.
What's that?
I just learned something.
What's that?
I didn't know you could edit your news feed.
Well, yeah, you can. I do all the time.
What did you say? You edited your news feed?
Yeah, you can. That's what we were looking at right there. There's a little wheel.
Yeah.
Hover over your news feed.
Yeah, I got it. And
Click on that wheel.
yeah. It says edit settings.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what happens when you press that.
That's well,
Oh,
just
no.
was. It edit newsfeed settings. That's settings. You're not actually editing content. You're editing different settings. See what Learn More does.
Still not what we want.
I like to learn more. We'll see what Learn More, if it helps us there. Controlling what you see in your newsfeed. That might be getting you somewhere.
How do I see stories in my news feed?
Yeah, how do I see stories in my news feed in order to, I got that blocked, in order they were posted. And that's where you can get your either top stories or the most recent stories and things like that. Was this helpful? No, I'm probably beyond help, so I don't know. Newsfeed privacy. What does that do for us? Who can see a story in their newsfeed about something I share? There's a bunch of different little helps, facts, articles, whatever you want to call them. It says, why am I seeing stories about people I'm not friends with, or groups I'm not a part of? When my friend posts something on my timeline, who can see it in their news feed?
Are you talking about the one that says I didn't hear you? When my friend, oh no, who has seen my stories? No. Yeah,
I'm looking
which
at
one?
I'm looking at newsfeed. I scrolled down on the left over here to newsfeed privacy, and I've been looking at.
I got that. Which one? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know. I was just reading them all as I went down. I wasn't clicking on each one and reading them. I was just reading the titles there. It says, when I post something, how do I choose who can see it? That might be helpful.
It says public or friends.
Right, you can do public, friends, and more options, whatever more options are.
And then if you go down farther, it says, how do I change the audience of a post I shared on my timeline? Seems to be everything but what we need. Who will see when I follow somebody?
I don't know. There's an awful lot of little articles that could be read there. Commenting. That's one thing we do.
Everything but.
Well, here under comment privacy, the second entry, it says, I have not allowed my profile and timeline to be publicly indexed by search engine, but comments I made on a group or page appear in search results. That might lead you somewhere.
Which one did you click on?
On the left hand side is commenting, and then I scroll down to comment privacy, and it's the second article there in under comment privacy.
How do I comment on something I see on Facebook?
No.
How do I create a new paragraph?
No, under comment privacy
Oh,
it
comment
says,
privacy. Okay.
I have not allowed my profile and timeline to be publicly indexed by search engines, but comments I made on a group or page appear in search results. So that, I don't know if that's what we're looking for either, but it might lead somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's look at this.
Just says to delete them if you don't want them.
Yeah.
But if you advertise in one of the groups, it automatically goes on our timeline. So if you take it off your timeline, it takes it out of the group.
Well, yeah, it would. Apparently, your timeline is a record of your activities. And if you structure it just right, you can make it a record of your activities and not a record of somebody else's activities. You can, for lack of a better word, block other people from posting on your timeline. But I don't see how. I haven't seen anywhere on here, because I haven't read everything. I've just been scrolling through the headers there, but I don't see anywhere where you can prevent your activities, regardless of where they happen, from appearing on your timeline. It looks like they're always going to appear in your timeline.
But for some reason they don't appear on your timeline, but they do ours.
Yeah, they don't. Now, I do have other things appear on my timeline I wish it wouldn't, but that does, and I haven't found a way to stop that either. But the posting in those groups, I haven't noticed that appearing in my timeline like y'all's talking about. And I'm sure it's something that I've clicked that I don't know what I've clicked.
Okay.
Okay.
I went back to newsfeed privacy, and it doesn't.
That one on the comment privacy, the second paragraph says the privacy setting for public search only applies to search engines indexing a a preview of your Facebook profile and timeline. This setting does not apply to comments you have made in groups or pages that are open to everyone. If you do not wish to have these comments indexed by search engine, please delete them. That's apparently the only way you can stop them from being, well, yeah, that's the only way you can keep them from being, comments that you've made or add to your timeline from being indexed by search engines, but you can't stop comments other people make in other groups that are set to public or whatever from being indexed in search engines. And which, if you go to another group that is public, that's set public, then you are it's gonna turn around and post it back to your timeline. It's just gonna happen. The way I'm reading this now, I don't know. It's not necessarily the experience I'm having, but just the way I'm reading this.
Hmm. Oh, wait a minute. I clicked on newsfeed again, and it says controlling what you see in newsfeed.
Yeah. Is that all I gotta back
Oh,
up.
we already did that. Yeah. How do I stop seeing newsfeed stories from a person, page, or group? Oh.
Right. Well, you can block a particular group, but I I don't know. That might be your answer.
No, you don't want to block the group you're in.
Well, you can block it from your news feed, but not.
Gotcha.
But
How do I
you
stop
you could
seeing
still
newsfeed
go
stories?
into it and post in that news group, but you could block it from your news feed. And I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure that information is in the area we're reading, but like it said, hide posts from right here. From friends, update who you follow, or apps. Let's see, that's different games and things like that. Groups. You can hide posts from groups, individual groups. And that may be where I do have some groups that are blocked. Or they're not blocked, their comments and things are hidden. And that may be what you need to do right there is,
Says you can unfollow them
well,
if you
no,
want to.
if you go
No.
go over to newsfeed and click on the little wheel.
I gotta go back. Hang on. Am I going into a group now?
No, you, you hover over the news feed and it's got the little wheel to the left, and you click on that and it says edit settings. You click on edit settings, and the first thing on mine, it opens up a box right in the middle of the screen that says edit news feed settings, and then it starts off listing friends and then apps, and I can and then it's got a scroll bar. You can scroll down, it's got groups, and I can see right now that I have 10 groups that are hidden from my news feed. Uh, yeah, and these are groups that I actually post in on a regular basis. Some of them, so my posts are just not being rebroadcast on my news feed. in those
Well,
in
it
those
says
ten
I
in
got,
those 10 groups. That's exactly what you're looking for, and all you have to do is any of the groups that you're going to be posting in, uh, come over and list them in this section right here that says hide posts from
I,
groups. When you just list the
I
groups.
don't have anything that says groups. I have something that says pages.
No, no, no. Let's see here. Let me scroll down and see if I got pages. Yeah, right above pages is groups.
Not on mine. Mine's got friends above.
I
Oh,
got
wait a minute.
friends, and then below friends it has apps. That's like games and wars and whatever. And then right below apps it has groups. Uh,
I don't have any of that.
well, it may be that
I got,
you don't have any groups blocked, and you may have to. Let's see. I'm not.
all I have on here is friends and pages.
All right. Well, there's other things there that you can actually hide from your news feed, and I got groups and I got pages. I got a lot of pages that are actually blocked from being viewed on my timeline. Uh, now I don't. I'm trying to figure out how you go in there and edit and add groups that you don't want to be on your timeline, because a lot of these
Yeah, because,
groups that I got hidden right now are actually groups I post in. So I know you know you can post in the, and that's why I'm posting in a group and I'm not seeing the I'm not seeing them on my news feed because they're hidden.
yeah, but what you're saying is when I said I only had 2 sections there, I don't even know how you get in there to add anything.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out right now because I don't know, but there's got to be a way because I've got a bunch of them hidden. Controlling what you see in news groups.
Yeah, because all it says on mine is hide post from, and then it says friends, and it says 3. And then
Yeah.
it's pages, and it says I got 8.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, somehow or another, you listed them too. I'm just not sure where you go to add them to
I don't know
those.
how I list.
I don't.
I don't know how I listed them because I got the winning team on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't know.
I.
I don't remember doing any. Now it says X beside it,
Well,
these, and then it
you
says
can take it.
move. So if you X that out, it's going to take them out,
It'll
right?
take it out. Yeah.
Well, it says I want to hide posts from the winning team. Well, do I want to do that? I don't think so.
Probably not. I would say no, but that's your personal preference. But
No, Mike, I'm saying I didn't do this. I don't know how it got in here.
I don't know either.
So so if you put the mouse on these, it says the winning team, and you put the mouse on the X, it says to remove it. So it says hide posts from, and I got the winning team. So I'm asking, probably wouldn't I click the X to remove that, because
Yes.
I'm not trying to hide posts from the winning team.
Yes, that's what I would assume is that you'd want to click on X and
Okay,
remove that.
that's why I'm going to do that.
I'm not sure how that got in there like that. I'm actually not sure how the post and stuff that I have hidden. I'm not sure how I got the ones in there that I've got.
Well, I don't know how you do it either, but I took that out. Now I'm down to 7 pages instead of 8.
Okay.
But I don't even know what they are, because one says DOS magazine, DOS magazine. I didn't put any of that in. Motor Club of America. I didn't put that in.
I don't know. Groups.
looks like I could take them all out because I don't even know what they are.
Well,
Kathy Clark recommends.
well, you know, if that's something that you think you want to see, yeah, take them out. If you don't think you want to see it on your timeline, leave them in because they're hidden from your timeline right now. Uh,
Oh, right, right.
I'm
I don't know
my
how they got there
question
though.
is, I'm not sure how they get in there because I don't see any way to edit anything other than just exit out.
Yeah, so see, I don't, like you said, I don't know what you can
Oh,
add and what you can take out. Well, take out we know, but to add, there's nothing here. Even when you click learn more.
yeah, I went to learn
Uh,
more and it didn't learn me anything.
hmm. Well, that doesn't, at least we tried, so I guess
Well,
the 2 days and my,
you see what you've got to do. You've got to add them to the hide post from groups, and you got to add them in the groups that you want to post to that you don't want showing on your timeline. You've got to add them to this section here. I just am not real sure how you go about adding them to this section. I don't. I've been trying to view page info. I don't see anything that allows me to add more. Good evening. Is that someone just joining us?
Yeah, I just had to call back in. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I know how. I think I know how to do that.
Do what?
What you're looking for. Add the people to the groups that you want blocked. You
Well,
go out by the group in the list. You go out by the group below your news feed. No, on the far left hand side.
Okay. I understand what you're talking about now. I go by the group and
And you got to get the little wheel
get the little
by the
wheel.
group.
Okay, I got that. Remove from favorites, rearrange, edit settings, and leave group. I don't want to leave the group, but I bet edit settings might do the job. Let's see. Adjust group. Edit your notification settings. Notify me about all post, friends post off. Mine's off there. I don't know. Do you know what?
Yeah, that's how you keep them out. Is you turn it off.
Okay, but
okay, wait,
I can still go post to that group though.
Yeah, you can post to it, but they can't get on your news feed.
But they won't be on that. Well, that
so
makes
wait,
it real simple then, doesn't it?
okay, what did you do, David?
Uh, on the left hand side of your screen,
Yep,
you got groups. There's a little wheel by each one of those groups. You can click on that wheel and change the settings so that they can't get on your timeline.
What
Your news feed.
when you click on settings and it opens up, it says group settings for whatever the name of the group you're in, and it says notify me about, and then you got a drop down menu. What you want to do is click off, and then it won't notify you on your timeline about anything that happened in that group. Uh, if you want to see your friends post but nobody else's, you can click on friends post there, or you can click on
well, it's not working.
all post.
Okay, okay, so I'm going to a group called Trade for Living, so the wheel's there, so I click on the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
So are you going to edit settings?
Let's see what we got here. You click on the wheel, and then you edit settings, yeah,
Edit, okay,
and then it opens up a box in the middle of your screen, and the top says group settings for, and then it lists whatever group you're doing, and then under that it says notify me about, and you have a drop down menu. If you
right,
if you open that drop down menu and click off, then you're not going to have anything from that group reposted into your news feed.
Oh, okay.
But you got several choices there. You can either have off, which means just it's going to hide all the posts from that group, or if you got friends in that and you want to know when they post, but you don't care about anybody else posting, then you click on friends and it'll show just their post. Or if you want to see everybody that posts in there, which is probably where most of the ones you got set are default set to, you click on all posts. So clicking on off will accomplish what you've been trying to accomplish.
Okay, because that group I tried called Trade for Living, it already was off. So I'm trying one called something else here. But I can't get the wheel to work right at the moment. No wheels coming up. Cute.
Just gotta hover over the group.
Oh, there goes the wheel. Ah. It says notify me. Okay. So just go all down the groups and put it as off.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
go down the groups you don't want to see and post them. Put them as off. Exactly. We're pretty smart. I knew we'd get there eventually.
Yeah. I had to call back in.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, see, I didn't even touch any of this, so it just it did it itself.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't remember adding the ones I had added either. So that's why I wasn't seeing any, because I had a bunch of them listed as off. Uh,
So you got to do that with all the groups.
all the groups that you've joined. Yeah, you can go down there and you can select what you want to see on your news feed.
Oh, well, it'd be
Yeah,
nice.
that'll keep your friends from seeing their posts. But now, if you post something, I don't know, it may go on your news feed.
No, that's not the case in my case, because the ones that I have hidden don't show up even when I go post in those groups. So
Okay.
if you select off, it's not going to show any of them from that group.
What is the group that you're in, Mike, that you suggested that you did first networking at?
Well, first networking is our group.
That's what I meant. Sorry, that's what I meant.
I actually
Okay.
have two groups. I've got one that's winning team / Stifort leaders. Is a group you can and I've got the first networking advertising group, and we also have a couple others that our members are run, and one of those being the Stifort Leaders Lounge. That's Don's group, and Don has that restricted to you need to be a 3-star or above to be a member of that group. But I suggest setting that one to all posts, because there's some good information comes out of that from time to time. That's one that I check all the time, every day, multiple times a day. And there's another one that is by a member of our group. It's called the Golden. Let me get down and get it here where I can see it. Golden Global Marketing. That's a group that I recommend that you can use. and it's, I would recommend you allow those posts to come through.
I'll go through and do this with the groups here. It's really weird how some of them are turned off and other ones aren't, especially when you haven't done anything with them.
Yeah, because I don't remember doing this either. I don't know why some of mine were off and some are not. That's why I was seeing some posts and some posts I wasn't seeing.
Hmm.
So we solved a puzzle of 2 or 3 weeks here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Marnie. Now, pick one of the groups and post in it. Pick First Networking.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Pick that group. Now,
Yeah.
Click on it, bring the page up,
Yep.
and write test in the box and hit post, and then go over to your news feed and see if it comes in on your news feed.
What did you tell me to type into the thing?
Well, that one.
The group?
TEST.
PG what?
No, T is in Tom.
Testing.
Test. T. Yeah.
Oh, test.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just type
Okay.
test,
But-
post it, and then see if it comes in on your news feed.
If she has that,
Gotcha. I didn't hear what you said.
if she has that one set to all post, it should come in on the news feed.
Yeah.
No, still came on my news feed.
It should.
Okay. Well, if you
Fine.
set it to off, if you
I
set
did.
it to off, and do it again.
Yep.
Okay, well, it was on off. I'm going back in. I'm going to where it says edit, and
Okay.
I'm editing it and notify me about, and I put it as off.
And it still
And
came
save-
in on your.
And then I put save changes. So I'm going to go back to that group and post again, test, and see if it goes in my news feed, which it did last time. So if that's the situation, it doesn't work.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to go back now and see if it's in my news feed. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's not how you do it.
Okay. It's coming in on the news feed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, darn. Well. So that isn't how you do it.
I've got a remedy for your problem.
What?
You can get you another computer that has a different IP address, get you a different email address, and start you another Facebook page, and then you won't have that problem anymore.
Well, did it do the same for you, David, or did it work?
No, that's what I'm going to do eventually. Is I'm going to get a different computer or different IP address.
Well, I can't do that, but
see,
anyway, if you can, then okay. Well, at least we tried.
Yeah, we tried.
We learned a little bit more about Facebook.
Yeah.
We are getting smart.
Yeah, a year or two ago, you wouldn't have me click, 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 click like I was tonight. I'd be too scared to.
You still hungry? Because we have corn if you want to make one.
I'm doing some.
Huh? Okay. It's in my freezer.
Researching.
I'm doing some testing here on testing all the settings that you can make on that just to see. And so far, all of them are coming through on my news feed. Let me. It's the last test here. Nope, didn't matter which setting that I tested. It my post came through on the news feed.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Blah, 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 blah. Let me go back. Let's use.
Yeah. What else is new?
Are you trying something else? I got lost. I went into something else.
Yeah, I'm setting first networking, my first networking, to off. And now,
Oh, you're gonna see if it works for you.
well, I know if I apparently if I go post in the first networking, it's putting it over in my news feed. But I'm wondering if would it set to off if you post in first networking, will it put it in my news feed?
Well, I posted like when Dave and I were talking.
Yeah,
I edited it
yeah, but
and I posted something,
I had it
and
set.
it didn't work.
I had it set on my end to get all post. Uh,
Oh, you want me to try again? Okay.
right. Yeah, because
Okay, I'll try again. I'll put test.
I want to see if you posting to first networking will show up in my news feed.
Okay, hang on. Get out of what I was doing here and concentrate on this again. Um, mm. No. Same thing.
Well, you can't test. You can't test. No, it didn't. It blocked you. If you did you just post in first networking?
Yeah,
It didn't come through on
I
my
did,
news
and it came on my timeline as
because that was
personal timeline.
activity. That was activity that you did. It's going to show up on your news feed. It did not show up on my news feed when you posted into the group.
Oh, okay, but it did mine.
Well, I take that back now because it just updated and my screen just updated and now it shows that you posted in there. So it didn't show it when you first did it, but now it shows it. So
Oh well, can't say we didn't try.
we tried.
Yeah. Do you realize you're after the hour there, Mike?
No, we was having so much
Where'd
fun.
you put?
I wasn't paying attention to it. So
Well,
What were you trying to ask, David?
uh, I was just having that button that said rearrange when you clicked on the wheel over there.
Yeah.
Is that just moving them in the list?
I don't know. I'll click on it and see.
Are you guys almost done? Because
Yeah.
I was gonna, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what that does,
Okay.
David. I clicked on it now. I can't seem to unclick on anything, but
Now I see boxes beside your list that I didn't see before. See them?
oh yeah. I've used rearrange before. That's so you can move it in your list to someplace different.
Uh, okay.
Yeah, that's what that rearrange is about.
Okay.
Okay, are we done?
Yes.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Yeah.
all y'all being in here. I hope we've learned something tonight. We may not have learned what we wanted, but I hope we did learn something. That's what call's about, is helping each other learn.
Yeah.
So I appreciate y'all being in here, and we'll look forward to seeing all of y'all again. We'll be back here on Tuesday night.
All right, thank you anyway. We'll figure it out.
Let
Okay.
me
Good
ask.
night. Have a good weekend.
Well, let me ask
Good
you
night,
one
everybody.
thing.
Happy weekend.
Okay. Good night,
Good
Sandy.
night,
God bless.
Sandy.
Good
Good
night,
night. God bless
David.
you all.
Good night.
Good night. We'll
Thank you,
see
Mike.
y'all
Good
later.
night, everybody.
Good night, Don. We appreciate you being in here tonight.
Okay, have a great holiday.
You too.